boys is that they don't exactly talk English. Here's what two boys talking to each other sound like. When a boy talks to a girl, the words are easier to understand, but the meaning is not. He says to a girl, "Could I have a taste?" He means, "Give me the whole thing." He says, "You stink." He means, "I'm deeply and madly in love with you, but if you tell anybody, I'm gonna kill you!" But if you're gonna get into traffic at the bridge, etc., etc., etc. Now, here's a kid talking to another kid. Wanna come over? 5? See ya! I'm having a party, yeah, yeah, yeah. My birthday party, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yippee!
Got you good there, Lulu.
Say, Johnny, would you like to come to my birthday party tomorrow night? You've got to love your friends, even if they don't always do what they say they're going to do. Like my friend Annie, for instance. She said she'd call me this morning, and you can be sure she will. The only question is, when? She didn't call. Well, the next time she does, I'm going to pick up the phone and say, "Hello? Annie." So really, getting lots of Valentine's Day cards isn't a measure of how popular you are. Oops. But telling everyone how many cards you got is.
If a boy looks at you during a test at school, he likes you, or he wants some answers. If you ask a boy something and he looks at his shoes, he really likes you. Or he stepped in something. And if he hangs around you going, he likes you a lot. Or you should get away fast. But if he throws spitballs at you and puts a snake in your lunchbox, he absolutely adores you and he wants to get married. Or he's your brother. Laughing at all the funny faces Grandpa can make with his teeth out. The other day I had to wake up at 5 in the morning to go fishing with my dad. Why so early? It's not like the fish are swimming around going, "Holy mackerel, we're gonna be late for school." No, I think people get up early to go fishing because it takes so long to catch one. But that's because they're going about it all wrong. How can you catch something if you don't chase it? Think about it. A fish is just waiting around to be served a worm on a hook for breakfast? Well, maybe if it was chocolate. Anyway, my dad says that you need lots of patience to catch a fish, because you got to be good at sitting down in the same spot for a long time. Hey, so that's what my dad's been doing sitting in front of the TV all these years. He's been training for fishing. What's a Van Goof?
That is a Van Goof.
You're right. It is pretty goofy. Yuck. This is even worse than a Van Goofy. Ever wonder where babies come from? Well, I decided to find out and asked my mom where I came from. And you know what she said? Go ask your father. So I did, and you know what he said? Go ask your mother. I guess they don't remember where I came from. So I asked Tubby, and at least he had an answer. Kinda. He said he's from New Jersey, and how's he supposed to know where I come from? Ever been on a long car trip with your parents? Pretty boring, huh? Like, how much fun can a kid have staring at the back of someone's head for 8 hours? But if you've got a kid brother, things can get pretty exciting. First, there's the big fight over who gets the window seat. And no matter what your parents say, two kids can still fight over 2 windows. Or say, "Dad, Billy's put his head through the sunroof." And wait to see how long it takes them to realize the car doesn't have a sunroof. Or tell your brother to hit the floor, and then ask your parents, "How come little Billy didn't get back in the car at the last gas station?" Then sit back and enjoy yourself. A long car trip can be fun. Last time it rained, I wanted to go to a movie, but my mom was too busy to take me, so she told me to use my imagination and make my own fun. So I skated around the kitchen floor in my socks playing hockey. I had the puck, I took a shot, and broke a jug. And that's when Mom ran in and threw me out of the game. Then I piled up all the pillows and made believe I was a mountain climber. But an avalanche came down and broke a lamp. And that's when Mom ran in and chased me off the mountain. And then I was a spy on a secret mission, and I hid in the closet and yelled, "Gotcha!" when my mom opened the door. And that's when Mom lost it and took me to that movie. Mission accomplished. Last week when our art teacher took us to a museum to see all the paintings, she said that a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, I saw one called Lady with an Apple. That's only 4 words. Some of the other paintings were worth more words than that, like very, 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 very weird and really, 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 really bizarre. But then it got so crowded, us kids couldn't see anything. Our teacher said it's because all these people came to see art. Well, I don't know if they came to see art or Fred or anyone else. I think everybody just came to see the paintings of naked people. Finally, our class saw something that was only 1 word, but it was the most exciting thing we saw all day. It was called the exit. The other day I was walking down the sidewalk with Tubby when, yow! He pushed me right into the street. I couldn't believe it. But you know why he did it? Because he didn't want me to walk under a ladder. It's supposed to be bad luck, he said. Well, that might be true, but if you ask me, it's worse luck to be run over by a truck. Today in science class, we learned all about Neanderthal man. He was this fellow with scraggly hair, a huge sloping forehead, only 1 big eyebrow, and he walked all hunched over. My teacher said he disappeared thousands and thousands of years ago, so I asked him, "Hey, when did you get back?" Boy, my mom sure gets away with revenge, except that she doesn't call it that. She calls it discipline. Ever wonder what dogs are thinking? Maybe they think they're the masters and we're the pets. Like when you're playing fetch and you throw a stick. Oh! Is your dog going, sheesh, over and over and over again? This game is really boring. Or when you take your dog for a walk, maybe the dog is thinking, come on, hurry up. Just find a fire hydrant and get it over with. I want to go home. And when you go to brush your dog, it might be saying to itself, you think I need a brush? Look at yourself in the mirror. Well, there's no need to worry about a thing. We're smarter than dogs. I mean, do you look at a toilet and think, water fountain? Here's what my friends want to be when they grow up. Tubby wants to be a fire eater, Annie wants to be a trapeze artist, Eddie wants to be a juggler, and Iggy wants to lift the bearded lady and Jojo the dog-faced boy with 1 hand. And me? I don't need to think about what I'm going to be when I grow up. I'm going to be the ringmaster. Grandma gave me this present in a huge box. Some people say the best presents come in small boxes. Well, I say those people are cheap. Everyone knows the bigger the box, the better. Usually. But not this time. This big box was filled with Grandma's false teeth collection that she's so kindly passing down to me. I guess you can be cheap with big boxes, too. This is crummy. Mom was right when she told me not to eat in bed. Most superstitions are silly, and I don't think they make very much sense. Like, don't walk under a ladder. That doesn't make sense. Unless my dad's up there painting. Drop a spoon, visit her soon. Doesn't make any sense. Now, drop Mom's good china and go to bed soon. That makes a whole lot of sense. Don't get out on the left side of the bed makes a little sense, but only in my room, because that's where the window is. And a ringing in your ears doesn't mean someone's talking about you. It means they're talking to you, and they're too close. You know what I think? Superstition should be called something else. Like, stupid-stition. Scientists say that in outer space there are places called black holes. That's where stuff gets pulled in and never leaves. Kind of like Tubby going into a candy store. Well, someone should tell these scientists not to look so far from home. We've got black holes right here on Earth, like in our dryer. 2 socks go in, 1 comes out. So now I've got tons of socks, but no pairs. Now that I think about it, having your own black hole would be great. I'd put my broccoli in there, and my homework, and Hey, maybe even Gloria.
I say we open it up and use those pieces of 8 to buy some more hot dogs.
Listen, Alvin, when we're millionaires, I'll buy you a zillion hot dogs. First, look at the man next to you and say, I'm here for another operation. Last time, Dr. Morgan lost his watch in my stomach. Second, sniff the air and say, the cafeteria's serving liver, kidneys, and brains for lunch again. If that doesn't clear everyone out, don't worry, because the doctor should be rushing out any second so they can get rid of you. Last week, we visited our relatives, the Knobs. They're about as interesting as doorknobs. No kids, no pets, and Zippo to do. But I put my board time to good use and figured out how never to visit them again. First, I looked out the window and said, Hey, Uncle Billy, who are you lending your car to? Boy, can Uncle Billy run fast. Then I took a bite of a cookie and said, you were really wrong, Mom. Aunt Myrtle can cook to save her life. And after I went to the bathroom, I said, Okay, who forgot to flush? Well, I'm happy to say my plan worked perfectly. We left pretty quick, and we've never been invited back. Last week at swim class, we learned all about saving someone from drowning. I got paired up with Gloria in her itsy-bitsy bikini, and I was really looking forward to rescuing her. I mean, I'd get to yank her around the pool by her hair. Anyway, I didn't have to do much, because when she yelled for help, all the boys jumped in and saved her before her hair even got wet. Tubby then begged me to let him practice mouth-to-mouth on her. I said, be my guest, because Tubby had a sardine and onion sandwich for lunch. Well, Gloria looked pretty green when Tubby was through with her. And our teacher, he said it must be the first time someone almost died because of mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Oh, boy, I'm nearly there. 97, 98, 99. Lulu. Yes, Mom? Whoa. Gosh, Mom, I almost beat my record.
We'll try again later, dear. This is important. Mrs. Jones wants to know if you'd mind sitting with Alvin.
Yes!
She said yes, Mrs. Jones.
I mean, yes, I would mind. A dozen monkeys are less trouble than one Alvin.
Yoo-hoo! Lulu!
So there you are. Well, I'll forgive you this time, but... Hey, what's the big idea? Open this door! Why, you... Alvin, if you let me in, I'll read you a story.
Read me a story, and then I'll let you in.
But Alvin, I don't have a chair to sit on out here, and there isn't enough light. Oops, maybe I shouldn't have said that. No, Alvin, don't! So, Alvin doesn't like to be alone. Why should I come back?
Because you're supposed to read me stories and stuff.
That would be kind of difficult with all the books out on the grass. And I'll need a comfy chair. And I wouldn't want to strain my delicate eyes. They say it's because music tames the savage beast. I don't know about that. When I play my music, it turns my parents into savage beasts. Weddings are really weird. Take the last one I went to. Aunt Lucy kept crying. I said, don't be sad. I know he's kind of goofy looking, but I'm sure he'll make a good husband for Susie. But Aunt Lucy said she wasn't sad. She was crying because she was happy. Then we went outside and people started pelting the bride and groom with rice. I said, forget the rice. If you want to get him good, throw mud. But Aunt Lucy said they didn't want to get him good. They were throwing things at them to celebrate. And then at dinner, everyone clinked their spoons against their glasses so the bride and groom would kiss. Well, if you have to clink glasses to make them kiss, maybe they shouldn't have gotten married in the first place. Gosh, first fairy tales based on my life, and what next? My own TV show?
Hey! This bear's got sharp teeth!
The better to bite you with.
What are you looking at?
My girlfriends and I are at that age when we're starting to like boys. It's pretty hard to believe, but boys aren't quite as gross as they used to be. They're even kind of likable in their grossness. Like the time Tubby put a frog down Gloria's back. Now that must have been pretty gross for Gloria, but for the rest of us girls, I tell you, we love Tubby for it. The other day I watched Gloria break up with Wilbur for the zillionth time. Wow, what a show! And it looked like it was going to be for good this time, too, because Wilbur stomped off and told Gloria that she'd never find anyone else like him again. Now, I may not be a genius, but isn't that what Gloria's hoping for? I mean, if she doesn't want Wilbur, why would she want someone just like him? I don't know if you've noticed, but baseball can be a really boring game. Lots of waiting, lots of chewing, lots of spitting, lots of scratching, but not a lot of action. Have you ever noticed that grown-ups and kids don't name things the same? Like when kids go out and dig around in the dirt all day and get all filthy, well, we're called pigs. But if grown-ups do it, they're called archaeologists. Us kids collect junk. Grown-ups, they collect antiques. When we spill paint, grown-ups call it a mess. They spill paint, they call it art. And when kids buy clothes, they can only get them in pink and purple and brown. But adults can get clothes in salmon, radish hue, and burnt umber. I hate waiting for the dentist. Maybe he's got some new magazines for once. Titanic sinks in North Atlantic.
Sheesh! Talk about hype! Ha! Now you'll have to pay attention.
No way. I can use my imagination to create my own comic book fantasy.
No, you can't. Your imagination has been destroyed by television, along with your attention span, your eyesight, and your posture. I saw it last night on the documentary channel.
I don't care what you say. Nothing is greater than the power of imagination.
It's the adventures of Super Lulu.
Come on, you can do better than that. My dad, Mr. Scatterbrain, came to meet me that day and totally forgot where he parked.